Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton forged mini pendant called the Henry Small. This is going to be the one that's 9.2 inches in diameter with the metal shade. There are other ones out there, so check those out too on our site under Kitchen Pendants. This is the 184250. A lot of details. Let's jump in. So, the size, the height of the fixture itself, the fixture body, is going to be the distance from the bottom of the shade to where the first rod starts. That's 7 inches high, and it's 9.2 inches in diameter, like I said a second ago. Overall height, now you're talking the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling, is going to give you some adjustability using these rods I'll get into in a second. 9.7 inches at its shortest, and then 54.7 inches at its longest. If you need this to be longer than the long, that means, let's say you need it to be 89 inches long or 110 inches long, drop me a quick email, say you're looking at the 184250 and you need it to be X long, solid number. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton's customs department, where it's going to come back to us with a little more information, more time, more money, just a little bit though, and it's going to tell us what we can get, okay? Hubbardton's using these interconnecting rod systems, and what it basically is, you have a rod that has threading on both ends, and then you have a connector in the middle of it that puts them, guess what, it connects them. There you go. So you're going to be getting 3 pieces of the 12, 1 of the 6, and 1 of the 3. And how we put these together, well, let's show you the installations instructions, and then I'll get more into it. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on the left-hand side of your screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open it up for me. It's going to show you lots of great information. It's going to show you a full parts list to begin with. It's going to show you line drawings of the whole thing. It's going to show you how we assemble it, which is super easy. Put a couple towels down on a counter. You're going to figure out which rods you need to get the length that you were trying to attain. You're going to put the conical part down on one end. You're going to put this, the canopy, at the other end, and you're going to slowly snake the wire through each piece one by one. So you're going to go connector, and then you're going to go through a pipe and a connector. Finally, you're going to get to the canopy. Once you get the wires through the whole thing, that's when you're going to screw them all together, and it's going to be super easy. Okay, beyond that, why don't we talk about canopy? So when you look at there on the installations instructions, you'll notice this is 5.5 inches round. There's some drawings of the inside of this. It's going to hang from your normal junction box. It's super light, so it doesn't have to hang from any kind of thing special. This is slope ceiling adaptable already to 45 degrees. There's a knuckle built into the top of it right there. So you just go like that. Look at that. And it's already set up for slope, so you guys don't have to worry about anything. It's also a dimmable fixture. We'll get into bulbs in a second, but just make sure that if you are getting dimmable bulbs that you tell, and dimmable LEDs, that you tell your installer about that when you guys are putting things on. So let's touch on, let's talk on and finish for just a quick second. So you'll notice you've got a couple pull-down menus. You've got one for the fixture, and you have one for the accent, which is the shade on this. So you can do the same colors. Let's say black on black, or you can do different. So let's say you do black on the fixture, which is going to be the part that has the socket set up and the canopy and the pipes. The accents, the shade, like I said a second ago. You can do that in a different finish if you want a contrast, which is really pretty. The brass rivets are always going to be brass rivets, so what's holding them together is going to be that. But you're going to be able to choose from sets of finishes once you do all this. Now let's talk about what's inside of this. That's going to be pretty important. So this is going to be using a medium base socket, okay, which is totally right there, easy. Medium base, we've all grown up with them. Takes a nice regular bulb. You can go up to 100 watts for incandescent, okay? That's because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb. If you guys want to do something kind of cool, you can do, well, some of you may do this, but I doubt it because it's not that pretty, and you're going to be able to kind of see this looking up into it. But if you want to do something like an Edison bulb, you can do that too. This is a true Edison bulb that has a little pointy point on the end of it. These come LED and they come incandescent. It's pretty cool coming out of this. It's got a retro look, so you might as well check these out. You can get them anywhere at this point. And the other thing is they actually make A19 bulbs, this guy, that look kind of like an Edison bulb anyway. So it's a clear bulb. It has LED strips in it of phosphorus. That's what those orange lines are, if you can see those. These come in all kinds of different wattage equivalents. So whatever you can get into there is basically what you can get into there. There's no limit to you. So 100 watts is because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb, but like I said, you can do whatever you want on these. So you could do a 100 watt equivalent if you could find one, 150 watt equivalent. Some of these might be close to that. Like I said, it's dimmable, so you might as well kind of go up to as high as you can to get as much light out of it as you can for tasks. And getting into light again, I always talk about the color of light. So 2700 Kelvin is super yellow, like a setting sun or like an incandescent bulb that you dim down a lot. There's not a lot of that out in the marketplace for light bulbs now. It's moved into 3000 Kelvin. That's kind of the norm for warm white. The light's coming down on me right now. This is 3000 Kelvin. A lot of people think this is incandescent, but it's not. It's an LED. It's a nice warm light. Throws a great light, lots of lumens down. If you guys are out looking at light bulbs and you see a pack and it says daylight, don't be fooled. That is not a warm light. That is a blue light, like a hospital waiting room. So that's going to be 4000, 5000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. So you kind of go from 2700 Kelvin up to 5000 Kelvin. Nicely in the middle is going to be this light. That's going to be 3000 Kelvin, and that's the one I recommend. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.